This is a remaster of our dramatic reading of My Immortal, the infamous Harry Potter fanfiction that is so bad it's good. There has been a lot of mystery surrounding this particular fanfic, mainly, who is the author, where are they, and what are they doing now?
In other words, welcome back to the stage of history.
All right, so
Okay,
let's just dive
so
into this.
yeah, we read this together. What was it, last year, I think?
Yep, during
Um,
the start of the pandemic.
yeah, well, we streamed it, so now we're going to record it and try to read it a bit more. I don't want to say professionally, but we just want to read it
No, we're
like at a
not.
better
We're
rate.
not professionals, but we want to at least to have something that I can you know, cut out all of the in between stuff that we
Okay.
from the stream.
Hmm? So here goes nothing. Chapter 1. Author's Note. Special thanks, get it? Cause I'm goofy to my GF. Ew, not in that way. Raven. Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the story and spelling. You rook. Justin, you're the Louvre of my life. You rook too. MCR rooks.
Fantastic beginning.
Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back, and icy blue eyes like limpid tears. And a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Offers note, if you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a bitch. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I am in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather made skirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. Thank you. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them.
Hey, Ebony, shouted a voice.
I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. What's up, Draco? I asked.
Nothing, he said shyly.
But then I heard my friends call me and I had to go away. Offer's note, is it good? Please tell me thanks.
God. Okay. Author's note. Thanks to Bloody Tear 666 for helping me with the chapter. BTW prep stop flaming my story, okay?
It begins.
The next day I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears, and put my hair in a kind of a messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you, woke up and then grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy high-heel boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner.
Oh my fucking god! I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly.
Yeah, so, I said, blushing.
Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall.
No, I so fucking don't, I shouted.
Yeah, right, Jet exclaimed.
Just then, Draco walked up to me.
Hi, he said.
Hi, I replied flirtily.
Guess what? He said.
What? I asked.
Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me.
Oh my fucking god, I screamed. I love GC. They are my favorite band besides MCR.
Well, do you want to go with me? He asked.
I gasped.
I then said no. And everything was better.
Yep.
Anyway. And this is chapter 3. Author's note.
Stop slamming the story, prep's okay. Otherwise, thanks to the Gothic people for the good reviews. Thanks again, Raven. Oh yeah, BTW, I don't own this or that lyrics for Good Charlotte.
Wow.
On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and then made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slipped one of my wrists. I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and I listened to some I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They would play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Offers note, a lot faux cool boys wear it okay. Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hear it?
Hi, Ebony, said Dick.
We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666, so it was illegal, and flew to the place with the concert. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. Here are some song lyrics that I will not read. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we mushed to the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said.
Really? asked Draco sensitively.
And he put his arm around me, all protective. Really, I said. Besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hillary. Fucking Duff. I fucking hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got GC concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest.
Done. Okay. So,
Chapter 4. Author's note. I said stop flaming, okay? Ebony's name is Inobi Nut Mary Sue, okay? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay? That is an amazing way to spell that, but okay.
Each other.
Yeah.
Draco, I shouted. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and we walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously. What the fucking hell? I asked angrily.
Ebony? He asked.
What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close, and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing colored contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness, and then I didn't feel mad anymore. Then suddenly...
Uh,
Oh, sorry, no. And then... Suddenly, just as Draco, kissed me passionately, Draco climbed on top of me, and we started to make out keenly against the tree. He took off my top, and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy in my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time.
Hey!
Jesus. Oh, oh, I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm. And then...
What the hell you doing, motherfuckers?
It was Dumbledore!
I didn't expect that scream to come out of me, honestly.
No, but it's perfect. I love it.
Welcome to Chapter 5.
First note. Stop! Flamming. If you flam, it mends. You're a prep or a pusser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is because he had a headache. Okay? And on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good reviews. Dumbledore made! And Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting at us angrily.
You ludicrous fools, he shouted.
I started to cry tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry.
They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest, he yelled in a furious voice.
Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked Professor McGonagall. How dare you, demanded Professor Snape.
And then Draco shrieked.
Because I love her.
I was expecting and then Draco shrieked. Ah! Because I love her. Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said,
Fine. Very well. You may go up to your rooms.
Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us.
Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently.
Yeah, I guess, I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with a red lace all around and a black... When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom and he started to sing I Just Wanna Live by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight, and he reluctantly went back into his room.
I just want to live, but they said no.
Chapter 6. A first note. Shit up preps okay. P.S. I wouldn't the update up till you give me good revos.
Okay. The next day, I woke up in my coffin. I put on my black mini skirt that was all ripped around at the end, and a matching top with red skulls all over it, and high heel boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray painted my hair with purple. In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk, and a glass of red blood. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled over my top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it.
He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face. and
Woman, hold yourself.
and he was wearing a black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead. He had a manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him. Kind of like an erection, only I'm a girl, so I didn't get one, you sicko.
I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice.
That's alright. What's your name, I question?
My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days.
Why? I exclaimed.
Because I love the taste of human blood, he...
Well, I'm a vampire, I confessed.
Really?
He whimpered.
Yeah, I roared. We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him.
He then gave me a vibrator.
Wow.
This chapter has a title. Wow. Chapter 7, Bring Me to Life. Author's note. Well, okay, you guys. I'm only writing this because I got 5 God reviews. And BTW. I won't write an NXT chapter till I get 10 God wounds. Stow, flaming, or ill, report you. Ivani isn't a Marie Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a satanitz. And she has problems. She's depressed, for God's sake. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails and red nail polish. Author's note. See, does that sound lick a Maru Sue to you?
Yes, it does.
I went to vampire. What?
Yes, it does.
I wasn't aware Marusus had their own dress code.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know. I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then, we started fetching passively. They weren't really into it. And we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me off before I took of my top. Then I took off my black leather bra, and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked. And then he put his voice thingy in mine, and we had sex! See? Is that stupid? Yes. Oh, Draco! Draco! I screamed while getting an orgasm, when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody Gothic writing, were the words, Vampire. I was so angry. You bastard, I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed.
No, you don't understand, Draco pleaded.
But I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot, I shouted. You probably have some sort of illness anyway. I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker, I yelled.
Oh, God. Okay.
I don't know what that voice was.
I don't know either, but I liked it. Anyway.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Chapter 8. Author's note.
Stop flassing, okay? If you do, then you're a prep. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came in the room, even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back.
Ebony! It's not what you think, Draco screamed sadly.
My friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understatedly. She flipped her long, waist-length, gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood. That she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin. That she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch. But Voldemort killed her mother, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she was very haunted and depressed. It also turns out that her real last name is Smith, not Granger. Since she has converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor.
What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him.
Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him. Everyone gasped.
I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire. I'm bi and so is Ebony. For a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany. A stupid preppy fucker. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems and now he was gothic. Ha ha, like I would hang out with a prep.
It's still you.
Oh, shit. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore.
You kind of cut out there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I must have peeked. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire.
Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard, I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest where I had lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to bust into tears.
She lost her masculinity, he put his thingy into hers.
Yeah, alright. Chapter 9, that's you.
It's me. Okay.
Chapter 9. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay. I didn't read all the books. This is from the movie, okay. So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. I said the other dyke! And the reason Snap doesn't lick Harry now is cause he's Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks.
That was hard.
I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then all of a suddenly, an horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything, I guess, started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, like I just said, basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. No! I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted,
Imperious!
And I couldn't run away. Crookshanks, I shouted at him, which is a cat. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him. I heard that little squeak. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped.
Ebony, he yelled, thou
Yes?
must kill Vampire Potter!
I thought about Vampire and his 6 eyes and his gothic black hair, and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand. So I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him, and they broke up? No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged.
Thou must, he yelled. If thou dost not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco.
Didn't expect that dialect.
How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude you're so foolish look on his face.
I hath telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted.
Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. Bye! I was so scared and mad, I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. Draco! I said, hi!
Hi. he said
He,
back, with his face was all sad.
he was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joe Madden and Gerard Way. I also know that she hasn't described what he's wearing, so I assume he is still naked. Are you okay? I asked.
No, he answered.
I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me. I expelled.
That's okay, he said, all depressed.
And we went back into Hogwarts together, making out, and then we tripped and died. Oh well!
Okay, so chapter 10, author's note. Stop it, you stupid ignoramuses. If you do not lick my story, then fuck off. P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle effort all, and she and vampire are evil. That's why they moved houses, okay? That was a sentence. God.
I think my offer's note from last time was still harder.
Okay.
I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset. Went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. People we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. The other people in the band... What?
Too bad those all sound pretty much the same.
The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, although we call him Diabolo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it, and Hagrid. Hagrid, sorry. And Hargid. Whatever. And Hargrid. Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead.
I think they were coming.
I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a CROSS. There's no way I'm writing that, or a stake.
Yum.
And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs, and tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You may think I'm a slut, but I'm really not.
If you say so.
We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly bust into tears.
Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked. Touched voice.
What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily, and then I said, well, Voldemort came, and then the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him because he's really nice, and even if he did go out with Draco, but if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall.
Go!
Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you? You fucking poser muggle bitch.
See, is that out of character?
I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour, then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache.
What have you done? He started to cry wisely.
See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he really was upset, and you will see why.
Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists, but he didn't do it with a cross, so I guess he's still alive. Haha!
Yeah, there's no consistency on the lore here.
It's fine. Lore. You called it lore. Okay. Chapter 11. Offers note. I said stop flaming up, preps. See if this chapter is stupid. 1111. It deals with really SP. See for yourself if it's stupid. BRW. Thanks to my friend Raven for helping me. No! I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to fuck off, and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but he had to stop when I went to my room because he would look like a that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I slit both of my wrists. They got all over my clothes. They being the wrists, I guess. So I took them off, the wrists, and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a steak, S-T-E-A-K, and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it, sandly. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out the window and screamed, "Ah!" Snap was spying on me, and he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating to it. That being chewing. They were sitting on their broomsticks. I'm not gonna scream this again. Ew, you fucking pervs. Stop looking at me naked. Are you pet? Or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson, despite the fact that I just put on a dress. Suddenly, Vampire ran in.
Abracadabra, he yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb.
I took my gun, which I had, and shot Snape and Lupin a and they both started screaming, and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in.
Ebony, it's been revealed that someone has... No!
He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then he waved his wand, and suddenly, Hagrid ran outside on his broom and said everything to talk. I don't know who's saying this. What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a student, said Terrence-Worth.
I may be a Hogwarts student, Hagrid paused angrily, but I'm also a Satanist.
Okay.
This cannot be, Snap said in a crisp voice, as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand shot him. There must be other factors.
You don't have any! I yelled in madly. What? Lupin held up the camera triumphantly.
The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there.
I felt faint. What did I normally do? Like how it feels when you do not drink blood.
Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily, while he rubbed his dirty hands on the cloak.
And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy, or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. What?
Because Hagrid said, and then he paused in the air dramatically.
Dramatically waving his wand in the air, then swooped he in singing to the tune of a gothic version sung by 50 Cent. What?
Because you're gothic, Snap asked in a little afraid voice. Because he was afraid and it meant that he was connected with Satan.
Oh, sorry.
Because I love her. Okay, chapter 12. Author's note. Stop aim. Okay, Hagrid is a Minecrafter to a lot of people in American schools are like that. I wanted to address that issue. How do you know Snap ain't Christian?
Yeah.
Plus, Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric, okay?
What?
Okay, sure. Okay.
I was about to slit my wrists again with the silver knife that Drago had given me in case anything happened to him. He told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both go together.
No! I thought it was Hagrid, but it was vampire.
He started to scream.
Oh my fucking god, no! My scar hurts. And then
his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. How did you know?
I saw it!
and my scar turned back into the lightning bolt.
No, I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted.
I do, but Diabolo changed it into a pentagram and a foundation. He sit back. Anyway, my scar hurt, then it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me. Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has in bondage.
Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office.
Okay,
I was in the school nurse's office recovering from my slit wrists. Snap and Lupin and Harriet were there too. They were going to St. Mango's after they recovered, because they were Minecrafters, and you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in the school with a lot of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated the video camera. They took of me naked. I put my middle finger at them. Anyway, Hagrid came into the hospital bed holding a bouquet of pink roses.
Anobi, I need to tell you something, he said in a serious voice, giving me the roses.
Fuck off, I told him. You know I fucking hate the color pink anyway, even though my coffin has pink in it, and I don't like fucked up preps like you, I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before being gothic.
No, Anobi, Hagrid says, those are not roses.
What, are they goths too, you poser prep, I asked. I was angry that he had brought me pink roses.
I saved your life, he yelled angrily.
No, you didn't, I replied.
She said
you
that.
You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton pee video made from your shower scene and being viewed by Snap and Lupin, who masturbated. See, is that spelled wrong?
Yes.
To it, he added silently. Whatever, I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses.
These aren't roses. He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eye and muttered, well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say!
That's not a spell. That's an MCR song, I corrected him wisely.
I know, I was just warming up my vocal cord this. Then he screamed, Petulus Marengo, mi cremicli romasio. All you cool Gothic MCR fans out there, that is for all you cool Gothic MCR fans out there, that is a tribute, especially for Raven. I love you, girl. In my opinion, not okay.
Okay. And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air, and it was black, and I knew he wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you now. What the fuck is Draco? Hagrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I couldn't see nothing.
So Hagrid pulled up his pants so I would stop looking at his balls.
Oh my god.
You see, Anobi, Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame. To see what is in the flames.
Haha, you reviewers flames get it!
Sorry if I peeked.
You MST find yourself first, Kay? I have found myself, okay, you mean old man? Hagrid yelled.
Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. Hagrid stormed off back to his bed.
You are a liar, Prof. Dumbledore.
Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped at the end with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joel Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me, so I look like Samara from The Ring. If you don't know who she is, you're a prep, so fuck off. I put on blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss.
You look kawaii, girl, Bloody Mary said sadly.
Thanks, get it? You do too, I said sadly, too. But I was still upset. I slit both of my wrists, feeling totally depressed, and sucked all the blood. I cried again in my bathroom and put the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magical magic creatures. He looked
Whatever
all
that
depressed because Draco had disappeared, and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was
Draco's
sucking. He was sucking on some blood from a Hufflepuff. Hi. No, sorry.
No,
that's you.
that's
Ha! He said in a depressed way.
Hi, back. I said in a weakly said way. Wow. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes, so much like Draco's. Then we jumped on each other and started screwing each other.
Stop it now, you horny simpletons! Shouted Professor McGoggle.
Who was watching us, and so was everyone else. Vampire, you fucker, I said, slapping him. Stop trying to screw me. You know I love Draco. I shouted, and then I ran away angrily. Then he started to scream.
I'm gonna repeat everything that happened at the beginning. Oh my fucking god, no! My scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up.
You could only see his red whites. No, I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted.
I do, but Diabolo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt, and then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage.
Special thanks to Raven for... Special thanks to Raven, my gothic blood sister. WTF, you're supposed to read this. 1111. Hey Raven, do you know where my sweater Wow. Holy shit.
I know where her sweater eye.
Yeah, in her ass. Anyway. Anyway, that was My Immortal.
The first 12 chapters.
The first few
there's
chapters.
Plenty more to go.
Yeah, there's plenty more to go. Anyway, we'll be back in the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.